And round 3 of the Legends Touring Car Championship comes to Yas Marina. Sparkplug's in the lead with the championship, 10 points ahead of Debug. That's a very comfortable margin for Sparkplugs. He's just gonna have to finish in the top 5 and hope that Debug doesn't win the race. Moz tied for second place with Debug. He's right there. Everybody else though seems like they're a bit too far adrift. Charger 20 points behind the leader. He's just gonna have to pray for a miracle. Looks like we have some new entrants here. Avenger MTBR, first time racer into the championship, could throw a wrench into the championship, how everything plays out. Yas Marina is one of those tracks where you have to balance your car correctly. You got to make sure that you have the straight line speed down those straightaways when you set your car up. The setup will be critical today to determine how well you can get out of these corners and stay ahead of everybody else to set the pace for today. Looks like the whole field are running the Audi. It's becoming a trend here that the Audi is just dominating everything. We don't see any Volvos, no Alfa Romeos, no nothing. And we ride on board with Moz in third place. As the order shapes up after they get out of the first corner, Debug in the lead. Supercharger in second, Moz in third. Jinrix and Kaz round out the top 5. Looks like they just all fit single file. Looks like Charger having a little peek on Debug. Oh, and Debug runs wide. Charger's gonna want to get into his slip to see if he can get anything here, or else Moz is gonna capitalize. Moz has the slip on both of them. Looks like he has a little bit of a run. He's definitely gaining speed. Charger looks on the outside, but Debug blocks him. Oh, and Charger goes huge on the brakes, but goes too wide and loses a place to Moz. Moz resumes second place. Charger in third. Charger looks on the outside of Moz. Oh, and he has a huge run. Moz must have a problem. Moz has a problem with his car. He's slow on the straight line. What is wrong with Moz? He's just lost 3 or 4 places.
The wiki had him upon it.
Meanwhile, up at the front, looks like Debug and Charger trade in paint, going side by side through these corners. Charger on the outside. Debug on the inside. Debug slots into the lead still. He's holding off, but there's massive pressure. Just got to be careful for these technical sections. Don't want to get a corner cut. That's the key in these technical sections. Oh, and Debug runs wide. Charger takes the lead. It's exactly what Charger wanted to see. Oh, Charger does a huge cut on that corner, but he didn't get a penalty. He's on the knife's edge of getting that penalty, just like last race, but he gets away with it. Into the first corner they go. Charger takes out the apex pylon, thinking nothing of it. Look, meanwhile, there's a huge battle for fourth place between Kaz and Mert. Looks like Moz on the inside of Mert, but can't get anything done with it. Meanwhile, going back further into the field, riding on board with Sparkplugs. He has deep thought all over the back of him. He's just got to stay in that slip to try to get that momentum down this straightaway. Deep Thought looking for a move. Oh, and he lunges him on the brakes, but it's too much, and Deep Thought goes wide and smashes into, I don't know who that was, but takes out the guy in the purple car. Sparkplug's keeping his nose clean. He saw what was coming and avoided the accident. Smart driving by Sparkplug's there. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Debug in second. Supercharger trying to just edge that gap just enough so he can win this race. Looks like the gap is about close to 1 second. About a 10 car length advantage he has. Here we come to the technical section on the track. You just don't want to get those corner cuts. That's the key. Cause in third place. Doing well for the Causes. He hadn't shown much strength in the last couple races, but a solid third place here for right now. Cause he just needs to see if he can get that slip to catch these leaders. They're just a little bit too far away from him right now. These vehicles are just so even everywhere on the track. You just have to find any little advantage that you can to catch the guy in front of you. The top three looks like they've checked out a little bit. There's a huge margin back to fourth place. Mertz under pressure from Sparkplugs. Huge battle for fourth. Oh, and someone lunges on the hairpin. Moz, Sparkplugs, Deep Thought, all in this battle. Moz getting the slip. Sparks getting the slip off Mert. Oh, and they're going to go 3 wide into the hard braking here. Who's going to come out ahead? Oh, and Moz inside takes it deep on the brakes. Side by side with Mert. Sparkplugs, they're all banging wheels to each other. Meanwhile, the battle for first place is raging. Looks like Debug has taken the lead. Supercharger back in the lead. Oh no, they keep swapping positions.
Trying to pitch past Mert's ever done.
Cause is loving this.
That was awesome.
He sees these two at the lead fighting for each other, and he sees that they're slowing each other down. He needs them to keep fighting. So, oh, and Supercharger goes wide. That lets the door open for Debug on the outside. Oh, and he goes around the outside and gets it done. Debug into first place. Charger won't be happy about that. The last lap of the race, last corner, looks like Debug will come home with the victory. Cause coming in third place, Charger second. And that's the event today. Fishy Croissant, last place. Valiant effort in the Ford, but just not enough. Disappointing
Awesome
result for the Ford.
Thanks, man.